At ease, brothers. I posted a video a few days ago, and I don't know which video it was, but I took a clip of that video and I put it on Instagram. And what I was saying in this 1 minute clip was, I said, you know what, brothers, until I took that journey, I didn't even know how to love a woman. Had no idea how to love a woman. And one of the brothers came on and asked me, could I expound on that? And of course, that's far too much information to put in a reply on Instagram. So I decided to make a video about it, brothers, to explain what I'm saying. You got to understand something, man. You have to understand, like, what's really taking place around us. Like, this world is really just a series of broken circuits. And what I mean by that is, for example, if I'm sitting there and I'm in my bathroom and I'm in the mirror and I'm, shaving my beard or whatever I'm doing, if somebody walks in the room and hits the light switch and now it's dark, I fully understand what's going on. I can fully understand and say, you know what? Someone has an agenda. Whoever hit that switch has an agenda for me to not be able to see myself, right? That's their agenda, and I can easily fix it. But if that person doesn't come into the bathroom and instead they go into the garage and hit the circuit breaker and break the circuit that way, I'm going to be in the dark saying, you know what? Like what happened? Like, did I pay the light bill? Did somebody hit a light pole down the road? Is there a thunderstorm? I'm going to be looking at all these outside sources. And until I figure it out, if I ever figure it out, I'm just going to be roaming in the dark. I'm just going to be in the dark. You have to understand, man, that same situation is taking place in every area of life. To understand that is to start understanding life, man. In other words, I talk about spirituality a lot. Let's talk about the Trinity. God, Jesus, man, or however you want to configure that, right? You have to understand there's a broken circuit. You have to understand that somebody didn't come in the room and just say, you know what, this is what it is. At some point, somebody went to the garage and hit the breaker and everybody was just in darkness. So when people are just in this voided dark space, in their spiritual world, what they'll say is, well, since I can't really see nothing, I'm going to say that God is way up there in heaven. And I'm going to say that my Jesus lived 2,000 years ago. Right? But once you take that journey and once you find self and once you connect with source and the light comes back on, in other words, once you take that trip to close that circuit, you look around and say, oh, snap. Like, we were all in the same room the whole time. We were all in the same room the whole time. Not only are we in the same room, we were in the same body. So when I can see the Jesus in me, my higher self, and I can see the God, that's over all things, not only can I see it in myself, now I can see it in everybody, whether they see it in themselves or not. You know what I'm saying? Which means, when I'm always going back to saying, I can't see nothing different in anybody. When you sit there and say, oh, well, these people over there, you haven't closed the circuit yet. Because once you close the circuit, you realize that every single thing is all one. The same thing takes place in relationships, man. The circuit being broken between men and women, it's the same thing. Like, a lot of people will get online and say things like, when people really just accept that there's a problem, a lot of people will say, well, hey, the agenda of separating man and woman is a political call. It's to get people, buying more real estates. So if instead of having a man and a woman and a family under one roof, now you got a man living over here and a woman living on the other side of town. So it's a real estate play. It's a property tax play. It's an inability to file tax. It's a financial play, political play. But that's not what it is, brothers. What it is it's the play on keeping man from knowing himself. The whole play is to keep a man in darkness. And again, going back to that journey, once I went inside and took that journey, man, and saw source energy, once I closed that circuit, I could look back, I could look over the sisters now and say, oh, snap. Like she's me. Like, she's not somebody way over there. Like, she's a part of me. She's another side of me. Just like the ego and the spiritual are one thing, just two sides of one thing. I saw that a woman was me. Actually, she was a reflection of me. A reflection of me. So when I say I didn't know how to love a woman, what I was really saying was I didn't even know who she was. I was calling her something else than what she was. So I didn't know how to love her because I didn't know that. I didn't know who she was, right? I didn't know that she was me, right? You have to understand this, man. You have to understand that. You got to understand, man, that all the things that we say we want from sisters, whether it's like, I want a sister that's feminine and warm and all these words we use and soft-spoken and catering and a million other words that men use, you have to understand, brothers, that that's what she wants to give you. It's not like women are out here in this world saying, sisters, let's go against the grain. Let's just be hard. Let's just be this. Let's be that. You have to understand, man, that it's in her nature to give you those things that you want without her even trying. Just like it's in our nature to give women a certain thing without them even trying. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, if you find yourself if you're getting on an elevator, right? And you got 3 different women on this elevator of all cultures, creeds, races, and everything. You don't even know them. Y'all going down the elevator, right? You on your cell phone watching some soul on YouTube in the process of hitting the like button, right? All of a sudden, man, the elevator just start tripping, start shaking, lights start flickering. The first thing you're going to do is be like, ladies, chill out. Hold up. Lights come back on. Everything is still. Ladies, just hold on to the rail. You're going to take charge of this situation. By default, you're going to start protecting and providing things for those women, not even knowing them because it's who you are. It's in your makeup, right? Women are the same way. So I know you're asking the question. So, well, if it's in their nature, then why aren't they doing it? If it's in their nature, so then why are all these women giving me attitude? Why are all these women being stuck up? Why are all these women out in these streets cheating? Why? If you're saying it's in their nature to be a certain way, so then why are they doing it? I'm going to tell you, brothers. In chapter 2, I believe, of A Code to Her Chemistry, I said, brothers, one thing you got to realize, that's what the whole chapter is about. It said it's not even about women. All this finger pointing, all this blaming, it's not even about women. I said it's about us. You got to understand this, bro. You got to understand this. A woman can only be what she's energetically allowed to be. Due to her makeup, a woman can only be what she's energetically allowed to be. She's not going to even desire to be anything outside of that. She's not even going to desire it. I mean, think for example, when you got all these women, on the gram, on the book, dressing and doing things a certain way, just a certain kind of energy. If no men gave them attention, you think they will still be twerking on? If no men went to strip clubs, no men. You think these chicks will still be sliding down poles? They will look around and say, you know what? Let me see where the attention is going. Let me see what these men are allowing now. And if it comes down to these women walking around and dressed like Mother Teresa, then I guarantee you every single woman would fit that bill. That's how they're made. By nature, they're in a chaotic state, which means they can be anything. They can be both the hoe and the housewife. But when it comes to a man, they can only fit in that man's structure. So it's not about her, it's about you. So when I'm talking about how to find how to attract the 1% woman, the majority of that is how to become the 1% man. Because she's only a reflection of you, brothers. She's only a reflection of you. So you brothers that are saying, hey man, women are doing this. women to move a certain way, man. I'm tired of women doing this. So I'm just going to run for the hills. I'm done with them. I feel you on that. But it's one thing you got to understand, brothers. What you're saying is, I don't want to see myself. I'm going to say it again slow for the people in the back. If you're a man that's saying all women are jacked up, they all cheat, they all do X, Y, Z, they all got attitude, they all do everything, what you're explaining is yourself. Because she can only be a reflection of what you are, brothers. That's what I said. These women y'all talk about, I don't even see them anymore. The only way I know they exist is because of y'all. The only way I know they exist is because of you, brothers. A woman is your reflection, man. And one of the benefits of having a woman in your life is like it's a self-check at all times. It's letting you know who you are. It's confirmation. It's confirmation. And I'm gonna tell you this, bro. Like, if say if I got a partner, man, or hell, even if it's a stranger. Even if it's a stranger and I'm out and about and he walks in like he's the man, he's confident, he's clean, he's all these things, and he has this woman with him, I'm not even going off what he's presenting, basing on who he is, on what he's presenting. I'm looking at his woman. I'm looking at how she's treating him. I'm looking at how she's respecting him. I'm looking at how she's talking to him, how she's treating him, how she's loving him. Because that's who he is. He can come in wearing Gucci, whatever. If his woman is over there acting ratchet and talking crazy to him, he ain't shit. She's confirming him. She's confirming him. That's why a lot of your partners don't want you to see his girl, because they'll be like, man, if I bring her in, she gonna be clowning. What you're saying is she gonna be showing my brothers who I am. She's going to show the world who I am, what I tolerate. Me and Lynn made a video the other day, and we were just talking, we were just chopping. And she said, yeah, you know what? We never argue. We were talking about, I said, damn, you know what? We don't. And I'm thinking 2+ years. She said, we never argue. Now we have differences. And to be honest, and when I say we never argue, meaning we never get to a place where we're just like, not even remotely close. Everything is just conversation. And I said, dang, that's weird. And I was trying to think of a time. I said, surely goodness and mercy, man, we done went off the deep end on something. Like all that we've gone through, we've gone off the deep end. And she was like, nope. And she said what she was saying, and she went to that. She said, like your energy won't allow that. Your energy won't allow that. She said, I can tell when you've had enough. When we talked about something else, she said, I can tell when you've had enough, and I'm done. I leave it alone because I don't want to cross that line. So when you're explaining women to me, man, you're explaining yourself. When you're sitting there saying, brother, man, what you mean? So women won't submit. In my mind, I'm thinking, no, brother, it's something in you that doesn't require certain energy. It's you. It's not about women. It's about you. And this thing is this, man. This is what I'm understanding now. Most men don't want to look in the mirror. Most men don't want to see themselves. In other words, I can prance around this house all day. I can go in there and do me 2 or 3 push-ups. I can go in there and make me $1 or $2 and say, oh man, I'm the man. I can walk around the house like, yeah, I'm fit, man. I got the biggest bag. I got the this. I'm all these things. But let me go in that bathroom and look in that mirror. Let me open up that cell phone app and look at that bank account. It's going to tell me who I am. I can say what I want to say. It's going to tell me who I am. That's why a lot of y'all brothers are scared of women, because they're a reflection of you. They're a reflection of you. Think about that. Think about the woman in your life right now that you're complaining about. You're complaining about yourself. You're complaining about yourself, brother, because she can't be anything besides what you are. So all I'm saying, man, is take that journey. Take that journey within and find yourself. When I'm talking about finding that 1% woman, the main thing I'm saying is find that 1% version of yourself. Because once you find that 1% version of yourself, brothers, that 1% version of everything is going to come your way. That 1% version of women are going to come your way. That 1% version of finances is coming your way. It's coming your way, man. But just understand, man, that a woman is your, like when I say she's your helpmate, brother, she's a tool. She's a tool to say, how am I moving? What is my conversation about? What are my thoughts? How do I feel about health? How do I feel about money? Look at your woman. Look at your woman and watch her speak. Sit back and see what interests her now. What are her interests? What is she into? What is she talking about? Is she trying to get better? Because she's only a reflection of you, brothers. She's only a reflection of you. You have to understand that. So again, just in case I didn't answer the question, when I was on the clip, when I said, man, I didn't know how to love a woman, it's really what I was really saying is not only did I not know she was a part of me was saying I didn't know how to love myself. I didn't know how to love myself. So yeah, brothers, take that journey, man. And like I've been saying, brothers, all week, probably either up until Friday or probably until we hit maybe a couple of hundred men. The journey is free. The journey is free when you get the code to her chemistry. It's all interlocked. It's all interlocked, man. I'm gonna tell you, it's a complete breakdown of the patterns of life. It's a complete breakdown of a man seeing himself. But I'm telling you, man, most men won't take that offer because they don't want to see themselves. It takes a certain caliber of man to say, you know what? Okay, I understand that the results I'm getting is because of me in all walks of life. Now, so you're finna show me how to do that? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I hear what you're saying and it sounds good, but let me put this cell phone down after I watch this video and get back to a life that I don't like. Let me get back to this existence of my job, my relationship with my family, my relationship with my brothers and sisters that I don't like. When they're all a reflection of me, Saul just gave me the keys to the kingdom. He just gave me the keys to the kingdom, but I don't want to see what's down there. I don't want to see what's down there. You brothers don't want to look in the mirror.